Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther and I'm a professional artist, dreamer, traveler, creative, and in this video it's a release of my new 10 paintings that I want to share with you. But before we dive into it, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will not miss any of my new videos. So as you know from the previous vlogs, when we came back from our trip from Australia and Greece, I went straight back to work and I started many paintings. I was working on my commission painting and I also started paper pieces, miniatures and bigger paintings. So some of them are finished, so stay tuned for that. This season of creating was really different from the ones before, specifically because we did face a lot of power outages and I was painting in the heat without AC, and it just really taught me a lot about priorities and organization and how to structure my day better and how to not go into the victim mindset of how not to postpone or procrastinate when things go a bit differently, but keep on going for what I feel is right and just adjusting the schedule to fit into this hours where electricity is on. So I'm really proud of this series and of these new pieces that I'm gonna show you around in a minute. And by the way, if you think that I'm like extremely productive and I'm just like painting 10 paintings in a month or in a couple weeks, it's kind of true, but it's kind of not, because I work in multiple stages on multiple pieces, and some of the paintings that I'm releasing right now, they have been started way before our trip. Some of them actually were started 4 years ago and they are added to this collection. I brought them back to life, and it just creative process is ever flowing process. It's not like you just go start to finish all of the time on a piece within certain time frame. Sometimes you put things aside because you don't know what to do with them. Sometimes it's just so much inner work and inner journey of personal growth and dealing with different things that just makes you put painting on the side and don't work on it, or like not being able to work on that. So some of these pieces are really from the past that I started years and years ago, and I put them on hold because I didn't know what they are, I didn't know what to do with them. They felt personal but hard to work with, and many things happen in life. So as we came back to Ukraine, I pulled out them from the closet, from like the storage that I had. I found them and my thought was like, what should I do with them now? But then I felt a strong urge to bring them back to life and to paint on them again, to finish them. And what I have been thinking a lot lately, that there is like such a war almost on finishing, or creative people especially, or anyone dealing with creativity and innovation and like making beautiful things, bringing projects to life, new businesses. It's like it's so easy to have new ideas and to be pumped for the new ideas, and wherever is like you just now freshly excited about, just like go straight towards it instead of working on the things that you already started, instead of working on those like hard projects that always on the back of your mind and like scream for attention, but you just like keep pushing them away, keep postponing. And I felt like mentally and spiritually and in so many ways it was so important to come back to this part of my life and to those pieces and to finish them, because it just, I feel like it really propels us forward when we're able to handle the past and finish things that we started instead of like keep starting on the new ones. Yeah, I hope it makes sense and encourages you with wherever you finish will just helps you to move forward and to have more ease of mind and more happiness and creativity as you move forward. So these are actually two of those pieces. They're really small. I started them 4 years ago, right before I moved into Italy. I started them and I actually filmed the beginning in one of the YouTube videos that I launched back then when I just started my channel. So it's really sweet that I still have shots and B-rolls of this humble beginnings back then when I was just starting this YouTube journey. So I found them and I painted over them, and I really felt like it was just abstracts in the beginning, but or it was like an abstract base for wherever I wanted to paint later. So As I'm painting butterflies now, and I'm really feeling I'm going through this process of transformation and things forming and growing in the dark when you don't see what's happening, but you hope that it's going to turn out beautiful. The butterflies feel really symbolic. And this one was another painting that I started also around 4, maybe even 5 years ago. I couldn't really recall, but it was quite some time ago. I think it was right before my Mexico trip. It had house before, and I painted it on the beach in my hometown, which I couldn't go back right now, but I also felt like I was struggling to make this house. It was like house breaking and the butterflies rising from this like really old, ugly Soviet building. And it had to do with transformation of my country and this old patterns and this old structures falling apart. It was really, really deep and meaningful and really prophetic, because I was really struggling with my identity as a Ukrainian, and I would walk like here in Uzhhorod, where we live right now. It's really more like European, but my hometown is really, it was basically built during Soviet, so all of the architecture is just concrete and it's ugly. We have a sea, which is like really nice and beautiful, but the town itself was like really, really gray and not so aesthetic for artistic child growing up. But I really felt like the transformation is coming and there's gonna be beauty rising from this. So that's what I painted, and it's crazy because 5 years ago we couldn't think of the war and all of the cultural identity and all of the transformation that the country went through, not just externally but also internally, and like really this like awakening this beauty and history and all of the inheritance that we hold that was not from the Soviet, that was like actual authentic culture from back then. And it's really interesting how I painted it back then, and I left it, and I just really wanted to paint this house transforming, but I couldn't. And then I went to Mexico and I just forgot this painting. So I got rid of the house and I just made it more abstract, how I paint now with butterflies, but I left parts of it and the house is still there, but you couldn't really trace back to this initial drawing and this initial stage of the painting, which I feel like is also really symbolic. I'm super happy though that I finished it, and it means a lot to me. So we also just went on the trip to the mountains, which were beautiful, just such a good escape from everything, and it felt like it was so much longer than 2 days that we spent there. And we went to the mountains, like up the hill, like really exhausting hike. And it was just like really cool and really beautiful. And there were like all of these butterflies in the wild, just like all of these like flower bushes and crazy amount of butterflies flying around. So it was also really special to see that, and like exactly those butterflies that I painted, which we don't really see so many butterflies here in the city, like here and there next to the flowers next to the houses, but not so much. And in the wild it was just like a butterfly valley. Like we went to Butterfly Valley once in Rhodes, Greece, but it was nothing comparing to what we've seen. So this painting is a bit different than the other pieces. I really wanted to have the wider, cleaner outer edge. So I was experimenting, and I'm really happy how it turned out, because I feel like it's less busy. It just really rounded and grounded in a way. This one called Joy Comes in the Morning. I just really love this one because it turned out really different than the rest, and it's kind of special but still like really cohesive with the rest of the series. And this piece is still the same theme, butterflies and transformation, our personal growth, how no matter like if we're in the season of this cocoon and in the dark, or we're in the season of flying and things going well, it's like it's all seasonal and it's always evolving. I really love this piece, and it's called All Things New. I really loved, like, this caption just came to me right away. Sometimes I need to think a bit longer when I'm thinking about the caption, and sometimes while in the process of the making the caption comes to me, it's usually like really powerful and way more special. So really happy about that one. Really like this dynamic of, it's kind of a circle or like a threshold of new beginnings. It feels like that, and yeah, just really love how it turned out. And this is a painting that I probably spent the most time working on. I really loved working on this commission. It's gonna go to Czech Republic, to a lovely collector, and we worked together with her to bring her vision to life. She really fell in love with that piece from the last release, and she wanted something similar to it with the same soothing, warm color shades, lots of butterflies and resting space and pink. So I created this piece with a different composition but with the same essence, and I really love how flowing and airy it feels, and also just arrangement of butterflies and soothing warm feelings it brings. So if you're thinking of having one-of-a-kind piece for your home or for a gift for the loved ones, this is just a perfect way to go about it. Just like request an original painting that is made specifically for you or for the occasions. And it's really simple process. We're gonna work together and you're gonna tell me the colors that you like, the themes, the favorite memories, what kind of feeling you want to evoke through you or someone else looking at this piece. And then it's a collaboration over a couple of weeks, setting up the theme and the size, and then you can also pick your own frame that you will feel like fits the best with your interior, and you can make a couple corrections along the way. That's just a really unique experience that you can bring to life through commissioning artwork. So if you're interested in the commission, check out my commission page on the website and you can submit a form there and we will start from here. And this piece I actually planned to release with the previous launch, but it just didn't dry in time, and I wanted to make a couple more tweaks and I couldn't do it with wet paint, and we left for the trip, so I never released it. So this one was actually done way before, but now it has some tweaks. It's finished. It's called Sweeter Than Wine. It's going to be available with this release. So this one has a bit more whimsical, fun, joyful vibe, which I really like. It kind of looks like flowers or fruits or berries, like all kind of things. It could be anything. It reminds me of blueberry wine somehow, so that's why I call it Sweeter Than Wine. I think it makes a perfect kitchen piece, and I'm sure it's going to make one collector really happy looking at it. And last but not least, those are going to be also available. Those are my studies that I started when I just started working with abstract. Before the series was born, I decided to frame them as they put the very beginning of this new series. And those are acrylic paper pieces. Now they're framed. It's going to be total of 3 of them. One is just not framed yet, so you will see it on the website. And they also going to be available with this new release. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this little collection tour with all of the newest paintings and hearing stories behind them. Let me know which painting speaks the most to you and why. They all are now available on the website. Make sure to check it out, and I will see you guys next week.